Hello, my name's Mark. I'm from a family of Irish immigrants. I'm the director of three small companies in Brighton. I am an upstanding member of society. I pay my taxes, etc., etc. Look, here's my wife. Oh, she's not here. Why is she not here? She's not here because we've been denied a visa a number of times. My wife is a beautiful Ukrainian woman that I met while I was teaching therapists in the war in Ukraine. My interpreter fell in love, dated internationally. I do a lot of work in Moscow, so we had a lot of kind of romance there in Poland when she was a student there at the time. And we got married. We got married in May. Since we were denied visitor visas, we've been denied visas for what's it called, fiance visa. Now been denied a marriage visa, all on technicalities. So if you don't know, the system is set up. Most people don't know this. About 3 years ago, the Conservative government, who are racists, changed the laws in order to try and get immigration down. What they realised they could do is just make it very complicated. So in this way, couples who were proven they had a relationship, so maybe there's some dodgy people gaming the system. Yeah, I get it. But it's not like you just get married and that's enough anymore. Okay, this is where people get really surprised, like, but you're married, surely. No, it's not enough. You have to prove your income, which doesn't sound like a big thing. And if it was just a matter of sending a letter from my accountants would send a letter and they say, look, Mark earns plenty of money. I do okay, actually, I do okay. Yeah, so and if it was just a letter from my tax return, then again, it would be very straightforward. It shows Mark earns this much tax, but it's not. The amount of forms you have to send is Kafkaesque, apocalyptic nightmare. Literally like a folder like this. Bank returns. Stuff in my accounts I don't even know what it is. I could take you through a list and it would just bore you and take too long for this video. It's a really, really, really long and complicated list. And I actually paid professional accountants and professional lawyers for the last one. So let's not get this wrong. I'm one of the lucky people that can afford that, and it's pretty okay. Good English. My partner has good English. I thought, okay, and they actually said we know your relationship is sufficiently established, and all these pictures, trips, all this stuff. But what we weren't able to do is we made some small mistake. The lawyer made some small mistake on the form, and instead of emailing us and saying, we paid thousands of pounds. Remember, this is a shitty business model they've got. For us, it's great for them. So we're emailing them and saying, look, we've paid thousands of pounds for this. We've done all the forms. We've done the health checks. She's done the medical checks. You've got to do paying for the NHS. She's not getting the NHS for free. Don't worry. Okay, so paying for that, proving her English, even though she's a professional interpreter, paying for that, paying the fee, which is over £1,000 if I remember rightly. And they said, no, you haven't quite ticked this little box here for proving your finances, matching up the bank statements with the direct withdrawals. I don't even know what it was. And instead of saying, okay, we could just send that, I just email my accounts, we'll send that. No, we were declined, so we have to go again another few months minimum. And we're actually looking, like, if we get declined this time, I will be leaving the country, which makes no sense that someone who runs a business is forced out of the country because they can't be with their wife. And I'm one of the lucky ones, yeah. Darian and I, my partner Darian and I, are one of the lucky ones in that she's from a relatively wealthy family. So, I have some resources as someone who has an accountant and a lawyer. Most people don't have that. So there's a lot of people who are really separated from their loved ones. And I think this is not widely known. It's not widely known. And I want to put a human face on it. So when we talk about immigrants, who are we talking about? I think of like some scary guy from Syria who's a terrorist, or someone taking our job. And it's like, well, right now my dad's in hospital. Who the fuck do you think's looking after him? Immigrants. It's like the nearest shop to my house where I buy vegetables every day. Hardworking people. They're actually Syrian. There's a Kurdish shop and a Syrian shop near here. So while we're sending weapons and blowing up their countries, they're coming here to work and look after us. So it's like I want to put a human face on this. And let people know that, because it's really shocking, because it's kind of like love is so central to all of us, right? And it's like every time I've just been on holiday with my wife in Israel, she doesn't need a visa to come to Israel. So we met there, had a nice time, and as I said, I'm one of the lucky ones because I can at least afford to go to visit her in Kiev and Israel, Georgia, a few places she can go. And then, every time I come back, it's just fucking heart-wrenching, It's really painful. And people are like, but you're married. Like, I get the same question like 10 times a day because people don't realise the government, who some of them voted for, or they voted for, even worse, for UKIP, who forced the Conservatives into this more racist position of trying to reduce immigration. They don't realise that being in love, being married isn't enough. And I wanted to put this out there as a way of saying, look, guys, like, this is the reality a lot of people are in. There's hundreds of thousands of people separated from their spouses right now. And that really sucks. And yeah, I don't know what to do about it. You know, I'm just gonna keep playing the system, keep doing the next right thing. I've got another load of forms to send my lawyers today when I could be working. But yeah, anyway, there's the reality.